If you want to understand how to get out of the exhausting, soul-crushing cycle of this system, the solution can be summed up in a single word: unity. Despite how all-powerful the system seems, keeping us working endlessly just to maintain a basic quality of life, its greatest and most heavily relied upon weapon isn't money or force, it's division. Divide and conquer is the oldest trick in the book. The one thing the powers that be fear more than anything else is the masses waking up, standing together, and deciding that we simply aren't going to take it anymore. Because of that fear, there are concerted, orchestrated efforts to keep us fighting each other instead of working together, the crucial need for Black unity. Make no mistake, when we talk about unity, we have to address the specific targeted realities of race. The Black community urgently needs to unite. Historically and currently, the Black community has been largely hated and despised for little to no real reason other than manufactured propaganda. Too often, people from other groups have sought a closer proximity to whiteness by using Black people as a stepping stone. And while Black people have historically been incredibly accepting of other groups, sometimes, unfortunately, more accepting of others than of each other, that love and acceptance has not always been reciprocated. Because of this constant onslaught of attacks and suppression, Black unity is not just a nice idea, it is a vital necessity. Circulating money within the community and building internal solidarity is step one. Expanding the vision beyond petty divisions. However, to truly break free from the system that dictates all of our lives, the fight goes beyond just one community. Thankfully, not all members of other groups are participating in the suppression. There are people of all backgrounds who actively speak out against racism, who bring real, helpful information to the table, and who recognize that we are not each other's enemies. This movement isn't about being anti-anyone. On the contrary, anyone with enough sense to see through the illusion needs to work together across different races, genders, and backgrounds. Even if, realistically, different groups may not always like each other, this isn't about emotion. This is about self-preservation. It's not about ignoring the realities of your race or gender, but about recognizing a shared struggle, breaking free from a system that oppresses everyone. To do that, we have to look past the petty differences that were likely orchestrated by the so-called powers that be in the first place. We have to see each other's humanity and turn our attention to the real culprits. The reality check. Right now, we are all acting like dogs who have had a single piece of meat thrown into the middle of the room. We are viciously fighting each other over that one scrap, completely ignoring the person who threw the meat, the person who is hoarding the rest of the supply for themselves. The blueprint: where do we go from here? Where do we go? If this is a too long didn't read situation for you, or if this truth makes you uncomfortable, the reality remains the same. A system that forces people to work countless hours just to sustain a reasonable life, while a lucky few slip through the cracks and the masses suffer, only survives when we are divided. The solution is unity. Here is what needs to happen next. A call to influencers. We need the heavy-hitting influencers across all demographics, races, and genders to step up. Stop the rage baiting. The algorithm thrives on anger and division. Influencers need to stop feeding into orchestrated culture wars and start calling for actual solidarity. Organize a mass boycott. We need to coordinate a mass, unified boycott of unnecessary consumer goods to hit the system where it actually hurts and make an undeniable statement. I've brought out the information. The truth is on the table. Now, it's entirely up to you what you do with it.